Houston police and the ATF are teaming up to try and take down a violent crime ring. They say the suspects are responsible for several high-profile robberies and murders, including the murder of a New Orleans off-duty police officer and his friend who were visiting Houston. Asha Staples is joining us live from the NOPD's 1st District headquarters with more on this story. And Asha, this was a tragedy all the way around.
It really is, and we're learning more about the crime and even others. 24 people have been tied in connection to that crime ring that targets Houston's high areas and high-end areas, I should say. 2 people are still on the run from this incident. One person police say is connected to the death of that NOPD detective and his friend. Now, Houston police are looking for Jeremy Haynes. Officers did not give details on his involvement in the shooting, but say he faces murder charges connected to the robbery ring, including the situation at Grotto Restaurant. And you may remember back in August, Detective Briscoe and his friend Dyron Ricolfi were on a trip in Houston with fellow Zulu members. They were outside of a restaurant during an attempted robbery where Detective Briscoe was shot and killed. Ricolfi later died from his wounds. Now, Anthony Jenkins and Frederick Jackson and a third person have already been charged in connection to their deaths. They're also accused of being part of this crime operation. The Houston Police Department, along with ATF, arrested 24 suspects in all. Investigators say at least one other person was murdered in a separate robbery tied to the suspects. According to HPD Chief Troy Finner, the suspects preyed on victims with expensive jewelry, fancy cars, or bags, and they call this ring highly organized.
Of these suspects, we have 24 suspects have been identified working 2 different crews, a day shift crew and a night shift crew.
Collectively, we're well over into the hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of stolen merchandise.
And according to police, the investigation into many of these cases, including Briscoe and his friend Ricolfi, are far from over. They are asking anyone that may have information on any of these cases to give them a call right away. Live in New Orleans, Asha Staples, Eyewitness News.